So now that we know how to import art from graphics apps like Adobe Illustrator, we can use that knowledge to put the rest of the graphics onto our lens. So let's start by importing the various DXF files included in the assets to the top plane using the same methodology we used to etch the front graphics onto the focus ring. So I'm going to select the top plane here, click on Insert, DXF, find a DXF I want to import. In this case, we'll grab the aperture settings and click Open. Go through our little settings here, change it to millimeters, and click Finish. Click Yes, and we'll have our graphic brought in. Now I'm going to go ahead and look normal to this view, select all of that stuff, Tools, Blocks, Make, Enter on the keyboard. Then I can just drag this around over here. Now I'd like to rotate it 180 degrees. So I'm going to look over in the block settings, and in the parameters there's an angle setting. I'm going to set that to 180, hit enter. It's going to rotate it around, and I'll just drag it into place. Now I'm just going to be eyeballing this. You could add dimensions if you wanted to. I'm just going to center it vertically and put it a little off to the side toward the left, because there's a little detail that's going to appear on the right side. When I'm done, I'll exit the sketch, and we're ready to move on to the next one. Select the top plane, Insert, DXF, grab our depth of field indicator, Open, Next, change to millimeters, and click Finish. Select it, Tools, Blocks, Make, rotate 180 degrees, and again, just drag it into place. Now this one I would like to be centered. So I'm going to select the bottom point of the diamond in the center of the gauge, and then come over to the flyout design tree and select the right plane, and I can make those coincident. That's going to center my sketch for me, so it's just right in the middle. And then I'm going to drag it down so that the tick marks are really close to the edge of the shape. Then I can exit that sketch. Now the focus ring graphics are going to come in 3 parts. So let's select the top plane, Insert, DXF, and choose the feet DXF for our focal distance. And click Next, change to millimeters, Finish. And this is only going to bring in the feet markings because those are a different color from the meters and from the infinity sign that's on there. So let's select these, Tools, Blocks, Make. Select any part of that and change the angle parameter to 180 degrees. Then drag this over into place. Now I want to position this so that 15 feet is lined up with the diamond here, and that the number 15 is pretty close to the bottom edge of this little strip here, because meters has to fit roughly underneath it. And this X here should be roughly centered if you want to use the crosshairs as a guide instead. Select the horizontal crosshair and set that to be horizontal, and then we can go ahead and actually let's add one more thing. I'm going to add a point to this sketch, and I'm going to click right here to snap it to the center point of our crosshairs, then exit the sketch. Now we can use that center point to quickly and easily position our other 2 sketches. So let's select the top plane, Insert menu, DXF, grab our meters DXF and click Open. Select the geometry, Tools, Blocks, Make. Select any part of it, rotate it 180 degrees, drag it over close until it's roughly in place. And then I can just select one of these horizontal lines and control-click the point at the center of our first crosshairs and set it to be midpoint constraint. And now our meters will line up perfectly. They'll just register exactly the way that they should, right on top of the feet. Exit that sketch. And last but not least, top plane, Insert, DXF, focal distance infinity, Open, Next, millimeters, Finish. Select any edge, or select the horizontal edge, select the point, make those midpoint, and that should fit right on top perfectly. So great, we've got our sketches. Now we just need to wrap them onto our geometry, and that's going to be shockingly simple. So all we have to do is go up to our Insert menu, Features, and then down to Wrap, or we could go over to the Features tab in the Toolbar Manager and over to Wrap. Now we just need to select a sketch that we want to project. In this case, we'll start with the aperture ring, and then we just need to tell it what face it wants to project onto. So we'll select this face. And what it's going to do is bring it straight up until it hits the face, and then wrap it around the contour of the face as best it can from there. Make sure that in the wrap parameters we have deboss checked, because we're going to be cutting into our surface. And then under the thickness setting, or depth setting, we'll set that to 0.05 millimeters, just enough so that we'll be able to see it. Click the green checkbox, and when it's all done, we can go ahead and right-click on that wrap, change its appearance properties for the feature, and set the color to white. So let's add the next one. We'll go to the Wrap tool, select our depth of field gauge graphics here, select the face on which we want to project them, and just like that, go ahead and finish. And let's set the feature color to white as well. Now, one more thing I want to do with this one. I actually want to change the diamond itself to be red. So I can right-click that face, look at the appearances, and change the appearance for the face itself. And we'll make that red. Next, let's start on that focus ring. Go up on Wrap, and then select any of these edges. Select the face. Click OK. Now the reason I did the feet and the meters separately is because they're different colors. So let's go ahead and set this feet wrap to be blue. Next we'll add the meters. So let's add wrap, grab the meter sketch, select the face. Now the meter dimensions should be yellow. And finally, we'll just add that infinity sign. Just select that sketch, select the face, and change its color to white. Now look how nicely this wraps all the way around the lens. Works really, really well.